When you're hearing what he's saying, I'm assuming you see half of the stuff you already maybe have seen, or you know the judge, you're in the country, you go through it. But for the people, okay, today, Americans are listening to you. Brazilians are listening to him. That was my idea, for them to see the both messaging, to see what Brazilians are going to hear from Mike, to be inspired. What can I do, right? And from your end, for Americans to say, I love this guy. I need to be involved. I want to, share this information with other people. How can we do something about it?
Yeah, what Mike said here, I think for all the Americans, it's very hard to understand, but it's the truth. You are paying taxes, and this taxes is going to interfere in our politics in Brazil. And it's not for the good, it's for the bad. If you see like the other page that the other one that was training Barroso, the think tank that was training Barroso.
Yeah, those three ladies, Rob. The three ladies with right there.
The Winston Center, the NDA, like all of these, they are training our judges. Like to
you want to go to slide 1, by the way? I don't mean to interrupt. But
no problem. Yeah, like to censorship us, Does
that look familiar?
Yes, it does.
That's the USAID CEPS program.
Is this something the judges want, or is it something that they're being told to do, though?
So that's why these guys, if you hear again the Barroso speech, he says that we are winning so far the war because we don't want to happen what happened in 2018 again, this misinformation. So he says that Bolsonaro only won because of the fake news and disinformation, and that's why they need to combat this, because Bolsonaro and Bolsonarism, they are a threat to democracy, but they are the threat to democracy. So your taxes are paying the tyranny in my country. That's what's happening. So these guys are interfering in our politics, and for the bad. As I was saying, I don't want them to interfere in nothing, either in right or neither in left, because we want a free country, a sovereign country. And that's why day by day they try to censorship us. For example, if you put the other slide that says the rating unapproval of Brazil, of Lula's, this thing, it's from 14 February of this year. Approval rating of Brazil's Lula's falls to 34 for 35, and this is the reason of that. It's mainly because a video of me that I did on Instagram. I posted a video on Instagram because in Brazil, informal work is very widespread. And Lula government, as all the socialist government, they try to collect more tax from people. And then I made a video. It's up, go up more. This first one, I made this video and saying that
8.8 million likes.
Yeah, it has.
Many, can you click on to see how many views this video got, Rob?
Wow.
Just click on the numbers of likes.
Yeah.
It'll show you if you click on that. Let me check it here.
I think you need to go out.
Middle comment.
No, press on Reels.
Yep.
And then you go down, you're gonna find it. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Whoa. 327 million.
Like this video, I think it's the most viewed video in 24 hours in the whole world. And that happened because all Brazilians were very unsatisfied and still unsatisfied with Lula government. And then they did.
What are you saying in the message?
Because the government tried to implement a measure to tax informal workers who move up 5,000 reals. It's less than $1,000 in their account. So anyone who was an informal worker and made this, who moved this in their bank account, would have the government controlling what he's doing in his bank account. So this small business would be very, how can I say, hurted.
You know what? How long is that video, by the way? How long?
4 minutes.
So in the video, what are you explaining to them?
I'm explaining that the government wants to do this with the small business, that Lula is spending a lot of your money, a lot of your tax money, that the judges, they don't put their bank accounts to open as they want to put the small business. And then I'm saying we need to stop Lula, otherwise he'll stop Brazil. And this video made the government back down, and the government took this
What's
measure.
the date on that video, Rap?
Sorry?
What's the date on the video?
It's
15
5 weeks ago.
It's 15 January.
Yep, right down here, January 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, so 1 month after Lula approval rating got down because of this video. And that's why they try to censorship us, because with this video, I passed Lula of followers on Instagram, like or the majority of my videos. They had more than 1 million views, and that's why they try to push us down and say that we are threatening to democracy, because we talk to the people. As I said, I came from a very poor neighborhood. People listen to me, and I'm just speaking the truth. And then after this video, all the Lula's government said that they were going to sue me, that I did fake news, I did disinformation. But in the video, they couldn't find any lies, any fake news. So they couldn't do anything with me, but they threatened me a lot. So my security, I need to walk with more security in Brazil because of this. Because I'm so dangerous. You can see. Look at my face.
You're very dangerous.
I'm very dangerous to democracy, and there are a lot of traficantes, drug dealers in Brazil. They are being solto. Yeah, there are a lot of drug dealers in Brazil. They are being released by the Supreme Court, and they don't go against this kind of crime organization, but they move the whole world to put me, Bolsonaro, and others in jail. So people in Brazil are just desesperated by this kind of measure. And that's why in 16th of March, we're all going to streets to protest in Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana, with Bolsonaro, because...
With Bolsonaro?
Yeah, with Bolsonaro, because we need to put an end in this
Where
Supreme
is Bolsonaro going to be?
In Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro.
Where are you going to be?
At the same place.
Same place. So,
yeah.
so it's not like different locations.
Yeah,
you guys going...
before we were doing in different locations, but Bolsonaro told that it was better to put only in one place.
Everybody goes to one place.
Yeah, everybody goes to one
place.
So
right now, is the confidence there that Bolsonaro, because you're 28, you cannot run till 2036, right, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I can't run.
Yeah.
I need to be 35.
Right now, it's one of two things was the conversation. One, lower the age to run, which that's not the topic right now. You know, they may want you to run for Senate because that's one way to help, right? That's kind of one of the things we're talking about. So if they're not going to lower the age, and they have them right now not being able to run for 2026, and if they have control of all the three different branches of, like you got Supreme and House and Senate, what can you do for them to allow Bolsonaro to run? Because if he does run, what's going to happen? His wife's going to be the face, kind of like what's going on with Venezuela, where Maria Corina Machado ran with, I think, what's the guy's name? Edmundo Gonzalez, I think that's his name.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Would that be kind of how they would do it? What do you think can happen?
I really don't know what's going to happen in Brazil. When I talk to Bolsonaro, he says that I'm the candidate and that's all. I'm going to run for president.
He's saying that.
Yeah, he's saying that. So, and I asked him, what should I answer if someone says that maybe other candidate, maybe other person? He says, I am running for presidency. So I really don't know what's going on. I just don't think that the system will leave him free to run. I don't know that he will be able to run for presidency in Brazil. I really don't know. Because they have a lot of power in Brazil.
Yeah, so, you know...
and we can do much, because if you are in a normal democracy, that you have the executive power, the legislative power, the judicial power, okay, it's fine. But me as a congressman, I don't have any power today. I just only have my voice. So that's why we're still speaking and giving speeches, because this gives hope to people. This defends the moral, the principles, the values of the Brazilian people. But that's all we can do. Like we, of course, come here to U.S., Elon Musk shared a lot of videos of mine. It helps a lot. Mike is doing such an amazing job. But that's all we can do. I'm not saying it's less. thing to do, but it's all we can do.
So,
we can't do much.
To me, okay. So if this thing's at from 80 to 34 to 24, you got 329 million views. I don't know if I've seen a video with 329 million views. And you're from Brazil. U.S. is a bigger country. Honestly, I don't know if I've seen a video with 329 million views, 8.8 million likes. And I'm talking, the only thing I guess I saw is when Messi's post got 77 million views on Instagram when he won the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Messi winning the World Cup is what I've seen, right? So the only thing it makes me think about, if they're not going to get out the way, and look, I can say this, Mike for sure can't say this, but I can say this. Okay, Mike, earmuffs. Could it be, because it's either heavy involved with the president, U.S., which I don't think they want to do. When I had the president here and I asked him the question about Iran, and, the fact that the last time the sanctions hurt Iran so much that Iran almost fell.
Okay.
And it was pretty bad. I said, what are you planning on doing with Iran? He says, we have so many problems in America right now that I got to think about me. I can't do anything else. So then if it goes on you guys and you said, I don't want any help, leave us alone. Don't help the left, don't help the right. That's kind of what you said about 5-10 minutes ago, right? Okay. What are you going to do if they're not moving? What is the only option you got left? I mean, revolution is the only option, and that's not something anybody wants to talk about.
Yeah, but I believe in the power of the people. Like we, the people, I don't underestimate that. For example, people went to the streets in 2016, and we took Dilma out of the office of the presidential office. So we need to go to the streets again. We need to push the government because. Unfortunately, Brazilian people only go to streets because of economy. Coffee in Brazil, the price is so high right now. The oil, the fuel is the same. The eggs now in Brazil, it's so a higher level. So people are getting mad. People are getting mad with Lula government, and that's what makes Brazilian people go to the street. But this is sad. Because we need to go to streets not only for economy. We need to go to the streets for our freedom, for our freedom of speech. But Brazil is a huge country. We have a lot of Brazils inside of Brazil. So only economy will put us in the streets again. So now with this rating disapproval of Lula, maybe people go to the streets again and push the government to maybe took Lula out and maybe put someone else over there. But I don't know. Brazilians have a short memory, unfortunately. Brazilian people has a short memory. Here in U.S., you guys have a lot of guys that stood for our country, that fight for the freedom, and you put this in schools and universities. And in Brazil, all the schools and all the universities, they are taken by the left. So when a teenager looks back to the history, he doesn't know why he's fighting for. So that's why he doesn't fight. So Brazil, it's a very difficult country. We have a huge potential. We have a great natural resources. Our food is great. I love Brazil. But unfortunately, most of Brazilians voted for Lula just because he promised to give meat for people. Maybe you guys, Americans, don't know, but there is a meat in Brazil called picanha. You guys maybe go to a Brazilian steakhouse here.
It's delicious.
Yeah, picanha. Lula, he definitely said, if you vote for me, I'm going to give you picanha and beer. And that's why Brazilian people voted on him. He was in jail for like more than 500 days. And people in Brazil were like, okay, I want picanha. I'm going to vote for him. So Brazilian people has a blame on it. I know that there's a lot of interference in election in Brazil, but the culture of Brazil needs to change. Like we are a country that has more than 80% of Christians, but we are not Christians at all. So it's deeper, the problem in Brazil. That's why, for example, I made this kind of books. I studied a lot of philosophers that says that politics, it's only maybe the reflex of what goes in culture before. So all the left in Brazil, they took power of the culture. So if you open the Brazilian TV, you're going to see a lot of bad values. They try to destroy our family only with the novels, with the documentaries in our schools. So it's not only the politics that needs to change in Brazil. It's our culture. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm in the politics, of course. I do my job. I do my work. But in the other side, I try to say to Brazilian people that we need to do individuals' responsibilities. Otherwise, we are not going to change Brazil.
Brazil, I'm so glad you're watching this. I want to tell you something here. Do you know what's the one thing tyrants or criminals in politics, in your government, you know what's the one thing they hate? Is for the people to have hope. It's been said, man and women can live 40 days without food, 4 days without water, 4 minutes without air, but only 4 seconds without hope. When I was in Brazil, we had dinner with Nikolas Ferreira. And while we're having dinner, we gave him a shirt and we took a picture together. It's called Future Looks Bright with Brazilian flag. I would love nothing more than to see thousands and thousands of people in Brazil to wear a shirt that says Future Looks Bright with your flag. Just for Brazil, we made these custom shirts for you. If you want to inject the spirit of hope in Brazil, go place 1 order, 2, 3, buy it for your peers, your family. Click on a link below or go to vtmerch.com and sport your Future Looks Bright shirt in Brazil. Let the dictators, let the tyrants get so angry the fact that you are optimistic about the future.